Hey, welcome to the How to Review here exclusively on the chain. Today we are going to talk about Celsius, a chain analysis audit, why this is such a big deal, and how far this is going as far as the development of this Celsius network company, Celsius.network, what they're up to, and what this means as far as them providing transparency for current investors, as well as bringing in new additional investors from Main Street, from retail, and potentially more corporate investment into this platform and what it really means for the digital asset space in general. The overall significance is massive. That's what we're going to talk about right now.
And now, the HODL Review with Jeff on the chain.
All right, so let's dig in. Let us dig in. Check out this article. So now, keep in mind, this is on Market Insider. It's a Business Insider article. However, we need to point out they pulled this up, picked this up as a press release that came off of the PR Newswire. Now, a press release is written by typically the company. So it's a press release coming from Celsius Network. They're talking about a partnership with Chainanalysis, full transparency from them. I think it's really, really significant because not only, as we're seeing in this article, are they showing that they have $3.3 billion in assets. Now they can pat themselves on the back. They can come out and talk about it and say, hey, we've got $3.3 billion in assets. How great are we? You need to invest. This is the best platform ever. However, they're using a third-party audit solution, Chainanalysis. Now they were excited about this. They issued their own press release on this. So again, full disclosure on what this article means, but as a third party to confirm that they have $3.3 billion of assets. This is really critical considering that they're holding the digital currency. They're growing. They're developing. This has been one of the key go-to platforms. There's obviously others out there like Nexo, like Bitrue, more and more and more where you can actually stake your digital asset and gain an interest. Celsius Network is one of the few companies growing at a rapid pace to provide this type of a solution. Again, you see places like Coinbase are allowing you to stake different digital assets, gain some interest, and this is definitely growing trend. As we always talk about the blending between a digital asset exchange and a bank, here being able to earn interest is monumental. And I've had experience over the past few months working on the Celsius platform, seeing the digital asset that I put there gain interest, and it's really impressive. But check this out. So here it's the first third-party verification to date of the Celsius Network's assets based on transactions, total deposits, and total withdrawals since the launch of the service in 2018. Again, this is very, very important. I like what Alex Mashinsky is saying here. The conclusion of our audit is a great step in building greater trust and transparency for our members, and for the industry at large. Right now, 230,000 community members that are using the platform. That's a big number. That's a really, really big number. In recent months, Celsius has adopted additional steps to make cryptocurrency investing even more accessible to investors around the world. I think that's also important. One of the things we talk a lot about on this channel is mainstream adoption, whether it's retail, accredited investors, institutional investors, what have you, seeing more and more engagement into the cryptocurrency space is significant. Now, one of the things that Celsius does well, and they put here in their press release, I want to point out, here's what they said. We support transparency in the cryptocurrency industry and provide the tools necessary to build trust in a global economy built on blockchains. Here it says, after working together for almost 2 years and deploying our transaction monitoring software, Celsius Network asked us to help provide further transparency to its community by providing the process and accuracy of the information related to the net funds collected by Celsius. This is the CRO, Chief Revenue Officer at Chainanalysis. So they accounted for $7.6 billion in deposits, 4.2 in withdrawals in the past 2 years. That's massive. Give a little bit of an about Chainanalysis, a little bit of an about for Celsius. But again, the fact that they are engaging in a third-party audit goes a very, very long way. I think it's very significant. So here you have a platform, which is Celsius. The experience is something that I wanted to touch on a little bit right now. So you could look at it and you say, okay, they're paying interest. They have different sections of the platform. One, you can put your digital asset on their platform and gain interest. The other is that you can stake your digital asset and borrow against it. To me, I'm still a little bit intimidated about that process. I know Bitrue does it, Nexo does it, Celsius does it, others do it. But in the end, you're in a margin type relationship with the platform, typically staking 2 digital assets for every 1 borrowed. If you're comfortable with that, if you understand that, then go for it. If that's your thing. I prefer there's my opinion, my preference is to put the digital asset on the platform to gain interest. There is still always a little bit of that hesitation, mainly because you have a company that's 2 years old. And what would happen if there's an issue with the company? Is your digital asset secure? That's something you need to do a little bit more reading on. You can read a little bit deeper into it with the Celsius platform. But as far as my experience and looking at this press release, again, the significance of it, the sheer amount of money that's being transacted through the Celsius platform, the fact that they're doing a third-party audit, very significant. Definite confidence builder in those that are using the platform and to attract new, as was said in the press release. What is nice about the platform is that you put your digital asset every Friday. They take a snapshot. Every Monday, you get a payout. So if, let's say, they're paying up on your first 5 Bitcoin, they'll pay up to 6.2% interest over year, EOY, so earned interest over a period of a year. You will get approximately 0.5% monthly interest, which breaks down to about 0.12 interest on a weekly basis. So you get payouts every single Monday. I like that concept. I like the quick payouts. You can see your earned interest growing. And you don't have to stick with it. If you decide you want to pull it off, you designate which Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, or many of the different digital assets that are on there. You mark the export wallet that you want to send it to. You send your digital asset. Very easy platform to use. That's all I had to say about it. I really wanted to highlight the audit, the third party, the press release. I thought it was significant enough to make a video on, and we haven't made a video on this platform for a little while. Check out On the Chain Live 3 times a week, Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for live stream, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the roundtable, and Wednesday nights, XRP FOMO time with Chip and Jeff. Check that out, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the roundtable. Also, many times Chip and I have guests on, CEOs, like Alex Mashinsky. We've had him on a number of times. This channel right here, short videos, check it out. Sub to this channel, sub to the other channel. All the details are below in the description. I'll check you out on the next one. Where's that outro? There it is. Hit it.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.